Second half, things turn around. You lose by 20. Just your thoughts on the game?
We've got to figure out how to come out at halftime fired up and ready. It's been a little bit of start with that, whether it's been our scrimmages, whether it's been even yesterday's game with Stetson. You're going to play great teams like that, and you don't come out with guns loaded here. Too good of teams are going to really bridge that gap, which they did.
Coach, how much did foul trouble hit you in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had a shuffling match there, trying to figure out, and that foul on Shantae, kind of put a little bit of a burden on you, but it became a little bit of a chess match, trying to figure out who to get out there and who to play, and calling a lot of people, inside to try to come out their posts and their size.
We can point to a lot of the stats, but what do you think changed between the two periods that
I don't know. I feel like our tempo, we were really tentative in the start of the second half for no reason. We were in the driving range, we were the ones that were leading. You should come out very aggressive, and I don't know. That's something that we've got to figure out as a team and as a program right now, why we are starting off flat.
Coach, you missed 16 of your last 17 three-pointers. A team that, with your offense the past couple of years, we've seen really be a high flying. Only the fourth time held under 60 points the past 2 years.
Yeah.
How tough is it to see that number from three, and does that perhaps, does that show that maybe you might stray away from the three as the season goes on?
Well, I think we were missing. Count how many layups we missed before you start counting all those threes. So I think the whole deflatedness of the shots that we were missing really deflated us, and we didn't bounce back. Very similar to the game with St. John's yesterday. St. John's had a slew of opportunities they were missing. They just played better defense on that end. We didn't play as good a defense, and the margin kept growing and separating. Good teams are going to, play good defense against you, force us to take some, poor shots. And there was a lot of easy layups that we missed. And you keep missing and missing and missing and missing and missing, and you start getting deflated. And we just, it's tough. But you know what? That's part of the game. That's why you got to play defense. You can always play defense. The ball doesn't always go in the hole. And, that's our job to work on this.
At the end of the game there, Coach, played all 5 freshmen together. What was the thought process behind it?
It's so funny. I'll tell you what the thought process is. When I was a freshman at NC State, we were down by 20 against Tennessee. And I think I played the whole second half, probably played 15 minutes of that game. I know that I wanted my freshmen to understand what it was like to play with those size players in the Big 12 and that type of level. And obviously, that we're going to be good enough, and that we've got something special here. It just didn't really show tonight. So that was definitely my thought process there. It's pretty funny that it just, it hit me right there at that moment that they need to close the game out. They need to know what it feels like, and they need to, be ready to step up and be, that type of player as time goes on.
Coach, the team actually wins the turnover battle 22-18. Did I tell you that coming into the game with you?
No, I knew the rebounding battle. I know, after last night seeing St. John's lose a rebounding battle almost by 20, I knew 62-30 something is not good. That's kind of like the Virginia battle of rebounds a couple years ago. But, I knew that was going to be a tough spot, and we could still win the game, but not the types of rebounds they got in the second half. Like when we went into a 2-3, we do a good job. We forced a bad shot, and we didn't get the 50-50 balls. And to me, that's a mindset, a hunger. And I don't know where our leadership was on the floor when things were going south, and that's something that we've got to find.
You played them last year. You got a live look at them this weekend. What do you expect to see from St. John's next week?
Just intense defensive, hard working. I think they worked harder even when they went down against Texas. They kept fighting and working harder. And so, that's the only thing that we can control, and I didn't like that part tonight.